In this video, I'm going to show you how to search the library catalog. You can use the library catalog to find any books that the library has in the stacks or that the library has electronically, and also to find scholarly articles that the library has access to. To find the library catalog, you go to the library's main webpage, which is library.center.edu, and you're going to search in this box right here. If I put in, using our search topic, for example, the really general term Black women, I get over 73,000 results. Obviously, that's way too broad of a term. But if I click back up in my search bar, then I see that I get some suggestions for ways that I can narrow my search. And it just so happens that Black women in college is one of the possible searches, one of the suggestions. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, narrow my search results a little bit. And that brings me down to 657 results, which is still a lot, but it's a little bit more manageable. Still, how can I narrow that a little bit more? If I scroll down a little bit and I look on this left-hand side, I can see a variety of ways that I can narrow my search. Let's look at some of those. First of all, under Held by Library, I can search either in Center's library, which is the default, or libraries worldwide. If I'm getting too few results and I want to see what else might be out there, I can check libraries worldwide, and that will get me results from, obviously, any library in the world. The problem with that is that those results, some of them, many of them, you'll probably have to get through interlibrary loan. So if you're in a rush, that won't do. But if you've planned and worked in advance, then you might be able to get access to even more resources if you unlimit your search by searching libraries worldwide. How else can I limit my search? I can limit my search by articles or books by clicking on those links under the Format section, or I can break that down even further to print books or ebooks, for example. Don't be confused by this term downloadable article. Most of the articles that this shows you are going to be ones that you can access. How else can I narrow my search? If I scroll down a little bit more under content type, I can limit my search by full text, which if I click that, I will only get books that are available in print or online in the library, or journal articles that are available immediately. If I click biography, then obviously I'll get biographies. That can be useful for some classes where your professor wants you to look at biographies of various people. But most importantly, I can click on peer-reviewed, and that is going to limit my search to only scholarly peer-reviewed articles, which is most of the time what your professors are going to want you to look at. Under publication year, I can limit my results to results that were published in the last 5, 10, or 25 years, which can be important in many subjects where how recent the information is important. For example, if I'm doing biomedical research, I don't want to know how they treated cancer 50 years ago unless I'm doing a historical study. I want to know what's current, last 5 years. So for a lot of the sciences, last 5 years is going to be important. For a lot of the social sciences and humanities, last 10 years might be important. I can also set a custom date range. If I scroll down and expand language and then click all, In this case, that shows me that all of my results are in English, so there's nothing for me to change there. But sometimes it will show me other languages. So if I prefer to read in another language, I can limit to that language. Or if I'm getting too many results in a language I don't read, I can exclude those results by just checking English. So once I have some results that I'd like to look at, how do I find them? If I wanted to look at this encyclopedia, for example, I would need to find it. I would need to look at this information right here. This line tells me that this encyclopedia is available to be looked at. It's not checked out. If it were checked out, it would say checked out right here, and it would say when it was due back. This middle section tells me where the book is located. In this case, it's located in the reference section of the library. I'm going to show you a different example in a minute. And this is its call number, E185.E5453-2009. So to find this, I would need to either take a picture of that call number and the location and go look in the reference section of the library, or else get somebody to help me find that book using this call number. Let's look at a different type of example of print book. If I wanted to use this book, again, I see it's available. This time it says that it's in the library book stacks. That means the main stacks of books that are on the first and second floors. LC is on the second floor of the library. So again, you would need to take a picture of this and go look for the LCs upstairs and then find that number. Now, some books might be available electronically, like this one. In that case, you just click on this link right here, View eBook. It will ask you to log in if you're off campus. And once you're logged in, it will show you your search results. You can go over here and look at the book in full text by clicking on that link. And you can see the tables of contents here, and you can jump right to a chapter if you want to. Going back to my search results, not all of my search results will be books or ebooks. Some of them will be articles. I can tell, for example, that this result is an article because it tells me what journal it's in. It's in the journal Review of Educational Research. This line here tells me that this article is held by our library. So in order to see it, I can click on View Full Text. Again, if I wasn't already logged in, it would tell me to log in. I'm taken to this database. This one happens to be JSTOR, where I can either read the article online, or I can click this link to download it. Suppose that I'm in the middle of a search and it's time for me to run off to class, or something else comes up, but I haven't had a chance to look through all of these results and they were looking good. In that case, I can go up here and I can click Sign In. If I'm not already signed in to CenterNet, that will ask me to log in using my center credentials. I can see I'm signed in now because it has my name up there. And what I can do then, now that I'm logged in, is I can come over here on the left-hand side and I can click Save Search. Once I click that, when I log back into the library catalog later, I can go to Saved Searches I can choose the search that I want to look at its results again. And it brings up all those search results again so that I can continue going through them. That can be a really useful tool to help you manage your time. What if I'm going through all of these results in the library catalog and I think to myself, well, this one might be useful and that one might be useful, but I don't have time to go look for them right now. I can click on Save on any of these items that I think might be useful. And then later on, when I log back into the library catalog, I can go right here to My Items. And here are the items that I've looked at. And so those are the basics of using the library catalog.